look great.
Wow, thank you.
How old are you?
30.
No way, shut up. You don't even have any wrinkles or anything.
I mean, I am only 30.
Are you lying to me?
Why would I lie about being 30?
Hey guys, obviously that was way over dramatized, but I feel like I get that exchange a lot, at least a lot more than I think I should. Personally, I think we as a society focus way too much on age, and on a day-to-day basis, I don't really think about age much, but I feel like everybody I talk to thinks that I'm a lot younger than I actually am. Personally, I think it has a lot more to do with how I act, but way too many people comment on how I look, so I figured today I would show you guys my everyday makeup routine, how I make myself look fresh to death, and then afterwards I'll share a couple of like creams and face washes that I use that may or may not contribute, but I figured I'd share them with you guys anyway. So that said, buckle up and let's go do my makeup. So as I pull my makeup out, I feel like I should at least address some of my privileges because age isn't just about the product you use. There's a lot of outlying factors that play into it. So one, I feel like I have really good genes because the paternal side of my family ages very slowly and I seem to have been lucky enough to inherit some of that. My second privilege is I've had a very comfortable life. And what I mean by that is I haven't been plagued with a lot of intense stress, which will age a person very quickly. And I just want you guys to know that I know that. And number three, I don't currently have any kids, which again, understandably will age a person very quickly. But those things said, I'm gonna show you my makeup routine, how I brighten up my face, and I feel like that usually makes me look a lot more youthful than I actually am. So let's get into it. I start with a concealer under my eyes, and I've been using Maybelline's Instant Age Rewind Concealer in the shade Fair, and it works great, and it's only $5, and I apply a moderate amount at the under corners of each eye, and then using my fingers, I gently blur it out. It gives great coverage, but it's still fairly sheer and natural. Next, I use the light end of BioAqua's No. 3 Face Stick to help blur out the redness of any blemishes I may have. I swear to God, I have gotten more pimples in my 30s and late 20s than I ever did when I was younger. So I use the tip of my finger to gently blot the product over all the red areas, and it's important to do this very lightly and really blend it out. And I think my favorite term I've heard about aggressively covered pimples is little clay mountains, so it's better to embrace your pimples than to get too heavy-handed. With those two base steps done, I then move on to what I think is the most important step, and that is contouring. And I've been getting away from liquid foundations in exchange for powders. As I've gotten older, I've found that liquid products actually cause you to look older than you really are, whereas powders are more light and sheer, and they still give you a nice blur. So for the past few years now, I've been using a contour palette from LEFV Cosmetics, which I got from Amazon for only $17, and I tried looking this company up because I'd never heard of them before, and I found absolutely nothing. So I don't know, but they have a bomb palette. I start with my highlight, and I use this light yellow tinted shade and my beauty blender, and I start pressing the powder onto my under eye, around my nose, and kind of pull it back towards my ear. I also press it onto my chin, and then from there pull it back along my jawline, and finally around my forehead and T-zone, leaving a gap around my hairline. Next, I go in with a precision brush and the darkest shade of my contour palette, and I start shading the non-highlighted areas of my face, so my hairline, my cheeks between the eye and chin highlight zones, under my jaw, my neck, and my collarbones. Then with a smaller brush, I gently contour my nose, shading the sides, underneath, and then a line between the bridge and the tip of my nose. Then to further sculpt my nose, I grab my beauty blender again and the highlight shade from that contour kit and dot the tip of my nose and then line the bridge. And then I cut along the side of my nose to kind of further along that contour. Once I have mapped out my contour, I then blend it all out using a large complexion brush. And I don't really know what more to say about this, just blend it out until everything looks kind of smooth and uniform. Now, since the highlight can tend to wash out my face, I always follow up with blush, and I'm using Ofra's Madison Miller Sweet Stuff blush. I use my beauty blender to press it along my cheekbone and then buff it out with my complexion brush. I also lightly brush some on my nose, and then I'll also use that same blush as an eyeshadow. To further brighten my eyes, which I think is really important, I will then gently dab some of that light highlight shade from my contour palette at the corner of each eye. I feel like it really lightens everything up and I really like how it looks. And this is usually a point where it starts to become obvious just how blonde my eyebrows are. And I think I already have some really nice shaped eyebrows. I mean, they could probably do with some plucking, but I'm lazy and they're really not that bad. So because they're already nicely shaped, I really only darken them. So I start first with Rimmel's Professional Eyebrow Pencil in black, and then to set them, I follow up with Elizabeth Mott Queen of the Fill Brow Gel in medium dark. And you can definitely tell the difference when I use it and when I don't. Next, I curl my lashes, and for mascara, I am viciously loyal to Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extensions. It's the only mascara that I've ever used that doesn't transfer to my under eyes throughout the day. It is honestly bomb. And on an average day, I won't use any lip color, and instead I'll just moisturize, and I usually will use just some Aquaphor. And the very last step is to add highlighter, and here I'm using IBY Beauty's Private Jet Highlighter. And I like to apply my highlighter both above and below my brows, the tip and bridge of my nose, the high part of my cheekbones, and my favorite spot, my Cupid's bow. And I've had people slam me for putting my highlighter here, but screw them, I like how it looks. And that's it, that completes my everyday look. Alright guys, well if you are here just for my makeup routine, feel free to leave. But if you're interested, I will be sharing some products that I use day to day that may or may not help in my youthful appearance. So at the end of the day when I have to remove my makeup, I like to use some micellar water. And right now I'm using one from Garnier Skin Active. Typically I like to use Simple brand, but I think I grabbed this one by mistake and now I'm just trying to use it up. So I put a little bit of this on my reusable cotton pads and wipe all my makeup off. Then after rinsing the residue away, I like to use a cream-based cleanser, and that's very important because I found a typical cleanser makes my face feel really tight and really dries it out, but using a cream-based cleanser has added moisture to my face and just feels good using day to day. So I've been using Acure Seriously Soothing Cleansing Cream. This has peony extract and chamomile. I believe this one's actually scent-free, which is kind of nice. So I like to use this at night after removing my makeup, but I'll also use it in the morning too, because I feel like I'm always kind of sticky in the morning. And overall, I've really been enjoying this brand. The next product has to do with my acne, and I think I mentioned in my makeup routine that I get more acne now as a 30-year-old than I did when I was younger, which is really annoying. And I'm sure it's mostly due to added stress and changing hormones, but either way it's annoying. So I've been using Zapsit to kind of spot treat when I get really bad pimples. And this is nice because it dries the pimple out, and I've tried other different tactics. I've used those hydro patches, which are supposed to draw the fluid out, and I find that those actually irritate the pimple more than they help. But Zapsit is nice because it dries the pimple out, and then once it's dried out, it actually heals pretty quickly. And the last product that I use day to day is probably the most likely to have any effect on my youthful appearance, and it's an anti-aging cream. It's a new Ultimate Night Restoring Cream, and I don't typically like to, I guess, speak for MLM companies. Anew is actually, I think, like a side company to Avon, but I found that this is actually a fairly good product. I've been using it for a while. I actually started incorporating it into my skincare routine when I was fairly young. I would use it maybe 1 to 2 times a week, and then I've been progressing it along as I've gotten older. I don't know for sure that this has helped, but if anything that I've done has helped, then it would be this. Alright guys, but that was all that I had to share with you today. I really hope you enjoyed today's video and that I taught you something or shared information with you that you didn't know before that would help you in your day-to-day life. I hope and wish for each and every one of you that one day you find happiness and balance within yourself and that you don't feel a need to change your appearance according to societal standards. If you're wearing makeup, I hope you're wearing it because you want to wear it and not because you feel like you have to. And hopefully moving on in the future, society can kind of get away from the age taboo and this idea that you lose value as you get older. I think that's such an evil thought. Anyway guys, if you enjoy this video, I really do hope that you would leave me a thumbs up. It's great for my videos, it looks great, it makes me feel good, and it helps me grow. And on the subject of growing, I really hope that you'll subscribe to my channel if you've not already. I would love to see this channel grow and thrive, and I can't do it without your guys' help. And that being said, I will see you the next time around. Bye!